There's an unsettling quality about certain men, not because they're loud, aggressive, or overtly dominant, but for reasons far more subtle and difficult to define. They don't command attention with force or charisma, yet their quiet, self-assured presence seems to ripple through a room, unsettling those around them. It's not fear in the traditional sense, it's a deeper, instinctive discomfort. Their calmness feels like a mirror, reflecting back insecurities that people would rather ignore. Conversations with them can feel oddly off balance, not because they're rude or dismissive, but because they don't play by the usual social scripts. Status symbols lose their shine, power dynamics fall flat, and the unspoken rules that govern most interactions seem irrelevant in their presence. These men are often referred to as Sigma males, enigmatic figures who naturally disrupt the social order without even trying. They don't rely on dominance or control to assert themselves. In fact, it's their indifference to social hierarchies that makes them so compelling and intimidating. Unlike alpha males, who thrive on leadership and visible influence, Sigma males exist outside the hierarchy altogether. Their mere existence challenges the idea that power must be loud and visible. They walk their own path, guided by an inner compass that doesn't seek validation or approval. This quiet defiance of societal norms can leave others feeling disoriented, even threatened, without understanding why. But what exactly is a Sigma male? A Sigma male embodies traits commonly admired in leaders: confidence, independence, resilience, but channels them in a way that rejects traditional roles. While they share the alpha's self-assurance, they don't crave attention, control, or external acknowledgement. Instead, they operate on their own terms, comfortable in solitude, and often thriving in environments where others might feel lost without social reinforcement. They are the lone wolves, not because they can't fit in, but because they choose not to. This autonomy makes them unpredictable, which is unsettling for those who rely on social cues and power structures to navigate relationships. What's truly fascinating is that Sigma males rarely intend to intimidate anyone. Their effect on people isn't calculated or deliberate, it's simply a byproduct of being unapologetically themselves. They move through the world without seeking approval, and in doing so, inadvertently expose how much others rely on it. Their presence disrupts the social equilibrium, revealing hidden insecurities and forcing people to confront uncomfortable truths about status, control, and self-worth. In this video, we're going to peel back the layers and explore 7 hidden reasons why Sigma males naturally intimidate others. These reasons go beyond surface-level traits and tap into the psychology of human behavior, exposing how fragile the foundations of social dominance can be when faced with someone who refuses to play the game. Number 1. They expose inauthenticity without saying a word. Sigma males have an uncanny ability to make others question their own authenticity, not through confrontation, but simply by being genuine themselves. Their presence often acts like a silent spotlight, revealing the artificial layers people use to navigate social situations. Picture a group setting where people are putting on their usual social masks, exaggerating stories, name-dropping, or pretending to be more confident than they are. A Sigma male doesn't engage in this performance. He listens more than he speaks, maintains an authentic demeanor, and shows no interest in impressing anyone. His quiet confidence creates a stark contrast, unintentionally exposing how much effort others put into maintaining their facades. This effect is rarely intentional. Sigma males aren't out to call people out or disrupt the status quo. They simply live authentically, which makes inauthentic behavior stand out. It's like standing next to someone who's completely at ease in their skin. You can't help but notice how much you've been fidgeting with yours. What's particularly unnerving is that Sigma males don't need to challenge anyone directly. Their authenticity alone creates an unspoken question: why am I trying so hard? This internal discomfort often manifests as defensiveness, overcompensation, or even hostility from those who feel exposed. In many ways, Sigma males hold up a mirror without meaning to. They reflect back the gap between who people are and who they pretend to be. And for some, facing that gap is more intimidating than any confrontation could ever be. Number 2. They don't follow expected scripts. Society runs on unwritten rules, those invisible scripts that guide behavior in different situations. People know how to respond in conversations, how to act in professional settings, and how to maintain social harmony. These scripts create predictability, which feels safe, But Sigma males don't follow them. Not because they're rebellious or trying to stand out, they simply don't see the point of performing for the sake of appearances. Their actions and reactions are based on authenticity, not expectation. While others might laugh at a joke they don't find funny or pretend to agree just to keep the peace, a Sigma male responds genuinely, even if it disrupts the flow of the conversation. Psychologist Eric Berne, who studied social interactions, referred to these patterns as social scripts, pre-programmed behaviors that people rely on to navigate daily life. When someone refuses to follow the script, it creates discomfort because it breaks the illusion of control. Consider this scenario. In a group discussion, someone makes a bold, attention-seeking statement. Most people would respond with polite interest, even if they're not impressed. But a Sigma might simply nod, remain silent, or respond bluntly without sugarcoating. This unpredictability leaves others unsure of how to react. Did he not hear? Does he not care? Why isn't he playing along? What's most unsettling is that this unpredictability can't be manipulated. You can't pressure a Sigma male into giving the reaction you want because he's not driven by external validation. His sense of self is rooted in his own values, not in the approval of others. This unpredictability isn't about being difficult, it's about living authentically. And that's precisely what makes it so intimidating. People aren't just unsettled by what a Sigma male does. They're unsettled because they realize how much of their own behavior is shaped by the need to fit in. In a world obsessed with conformity, someone who refuses to play the game challenges the very foundation of social dynamics. Number 3. Their silence speaks volumes. Humans are naturally uncomfortable with the unknown, especially when it comes to reading the emotions and intentions of others. This is why a Sigma male's silence can be more unsettling than any words he could say. It's not just quiet, it's an absence that forces people to confront their own insecurities. In most social settings, there's an unspoken rhythm. Someone cracks a joke, laughter follows. Someone brags, polite nods and compliments roll in. Someone seeks attention, and others respond accordingly. It's like an invisible script everyone knows by heart. But when a Sigma male enters the scene, his calm, observant silence disrupts this flow entirely. He doesn't play along, and that throws people off balance. Dr. Alex Thompson, a specialist in nonverbal communication, notes that silence isn't just the absence of sound, it's a powerful social tool. When someone remains quiet in a situation where a response is expected, it creates psychological tension. People instinctively try to fill the silence, overcompensating with nervous chatter, forced laughter, or exaggerated expressions. They're not reacting to the silence itself but to the discomfort of not being able to read the person who's silent. This is especially unnerving for individuals who are used to controlling social dynamics, charismatic leaders, attention seekers, or manipulators. They rely on feedback from others to gauge their influence. A Sigma male's lack of reaction is like a wall they can't climb. Is he judging them, amused, indifferent? The uncertainty eats away at their confidence. What makes this even more powerful is that the Sigma isn't using silence as a strategy. He's not trying to be mysterious or intimidating. He's simply at peace in his own thoughts, observing rather than performing. But in a world obsessed with validation and feedback, that kind of self-contained presence is like holding up a mirror to everyone else's insecurities. Number 4. They're comfortable in solitude. In a world that often equates constant social interaction with happiness and success, Sigma males stand out because of their comfort with solitude. They don't just tolerate being alone, they thrive in it. While others may view isolation as loneliness or a sign of social failure, for a Sigma, solitude is a space for reflection, growth, and self-discovery. Consider how most people behave when left alone for extended periods. They reach for their phones, seek distractions, or feel the urge to reconnect with others quickly. There's often an underlying fear that being alone means being forgotten or left out. But a Sigma male doesn't experience solitude as a void to be filled. It's his natural habitat, where he recharges, thinks deeply, and cultivates his inner world. This comfort with solitude can make others uneasy because it challenges the assumption that human connection must be constant. When someone doesn't rely on social interaction for their sense of purpose, it disrupts the collective narrative about what it means to live a fulfilling life. What's even more unsettling is how this independence affects relationships. A Sigma male isn't clingy, needy, or desperate for attention. He values connections, but he doesn't fear losing them. This dynamic can create a power imbalance without him even trying. While others might worry about maintaining closeness, he remains emotionally grounded, unaffected by the typical push and pull of social dynamics. His solitude isn't a sign of emotional detachment, it's a testament to his self-sufficiency. And in a society that often confuses constant noise with meaning, the quiet confidence of someone who's truly at peace with themselves can feel both mysterious and intimidating. Number 5. They're immune to social validation. Most people, whether they admit it or not, are fueled by the need for external validation. Compliments, likes, promotions, social recognition, these are the markers by which many measure their worth. But Sigma males operate outside this system. Their self-esteem isn't tied to what others think of them, and this emotional independence can be deeply unsettling to those who rely on social approval for their sense of identity. Imagine a workplace where people are competing for attention, working late to impress the boss, dropping subtle hints about their accomplishments, craving recognition. In the midst of this, a Sigma male quietly excels without broadcasting his achievements. He doesn't seek praise, and when he receives it, his reaction is indifferent, almost dismissive. This lack of neediness disrupts the unspoken agreement that validation equals success. What makes this so intimidating is that it reveals an uncomfortable truth. The endless chase for approval is optional. A Sigma male doesn't just ignore the game, he shows others that the game itself is meaningless. His confidence comes from within, rooted in his values, skills, and self-awareness. He's not immune to failure or rejection, but he doesn't let them define him. This mindset can be disarming. People don't know how to win with someone who doesn't play by the usual rules. Compliments don't sway him, criticism doesn't shake him, and social status doesn't impress him. While most people subconsciously adjust their behavior to gain favor, the Sigma male's authenticity acts like a silent rebellion against the very structure of social hierarchy. And that kind of freedom, true freedom from the need for validation, is rare, powerful, and a little bit frightening. Number 6. They walk away without warning. Most people don't just leave situations, they announce their intentions, drop hints, or create drama around their departure. It's often more about the spectacle than the actual decision, but Sigma males operate differently. When they've had enough, they simply walk away, no explanations, no warnings, no dramatic goodbyes. This isn't a power play or an act of defiance. It's a reflection of their clarity and self-respect. They don't stay in situations that no longer serve them, and they don't feel the need to justify their decisions. Whether it's a toxic relationship, a dead-end job, or a draining friendship, a Sigma male's exit is swift and final. What unsettles people isn't the act of leaving itself, it's the quiet, decisive way it happens. Most are used to emotional bargaining, arguments, second chances, or dramatic reconciliations. But when a Sigma male leaves, there's no room for negotiation. It's not a threat, it's a conclusion. Imagine a workplace where tensions are high. While others vent, gossip, or complain, the Sigma quietly updates his resume, finds a better opportunity, and submits his resignation without fanfare. Or in a relationship where manipulation is common, he doesn't engage in endless arguments, he simply disappears from the dynamic. This ability to detach without emotional turmoil is unsettling because it reflects a level of emotional independence most people don't possess. It challenges the idea that relationships, whether personal or professional, should be maintained at all costs. For a Sigma male, peace of mind is the highest priority, and he won't sacrifice it to appease others. In a world where people are often trapped by their own attachments, the freedom to walk away without looking back is the ultimate form of power. Number 7. They don't seek approval, they set their own standards. Most people live within invisible boundaries shaped by society. What's considered successful, attractive, or valuable is often dictated by external voices. Whether it's climbing the corporate ladder, chasing material wealth, or fitting into specific social roles, people subconsciously seek approval to validate their choices. Sigma males, however, operate on a different frequency. They don't measure their worth based on external opinions. Instead, they create and live by their own set of standards. This autonomy is unsettling to many because it disrupts the common belief that validation from others is necessary for self-worth. Imagine someone who doesn't care about trends, status symbols, or being part of the in crowd. He dresses how he likes, pursues interests that genuinely excite him, and makes decisions based solely on his values, not societal expectations. While others adjust their behavior to gain acceptance, the Sigma male remains steadfast, indifferent to whether people approve or not. This kind of self-reliance can be intimidating because it forces others to question their own motivations. Am I doing this because I want to or because it's what's expected of me? When faced with someone who's completely free from the need for external approval, people often feel exposed, as if their carefully constructed identities are built on fragile foundations. The Sigma's power lies in his ability to walk his own path confidently, without needing an audience to applaud him. In a world obsessed with likes and social validation, this level of independence is rare and profoundly disarming. Number 8. They see through manipulation instantly. While many people are easily influenced by flattery, guilt, or subtle power plays, Sigma males have a sharp, almost instinctive ability to detect manipulation. This isn't because they're inherently suspicious, it's because they observe more than they speak, analyzing behaviors, patterns, and motivations with a level of clarity that others often miss. Imagine someone trying to manipulate a group through charm or passive-aggressive tactics. Most people might fall for it, responding as expected, but the Sigma male doesn't engage. He doesn't get drawn into the emotional bait because he sees the underlying strategy. His response or lack thereof can be unnerving to the manipulator, who realizes their usual tactics don't work on him. What makes this even more intimidating is that Sigma males rarely call out manipulation directly. They don't need to. Their awareness alone shifts the dynamic. A simple, knowing glance or a calm refusal to play along is enough to unsettle those who rely on controlling others. It's like shining a light on a shadow. It doesn't have to be aggressive, the exposure itself is the threat. This ability to see through people's masks isn't limited to malicious intent. Even well-meaning attempts to influence or persuade fall flat because the Sigma operates on authenticity. He values genuine connections, not performances or hidden agendas. For many, this is deeply disarming. In a world where subtle manipulation is woven into everyday interactions, encountering someone who can't be tricked, flattered, or guilted feels like hitting an unmovable wall. It's not just intimidating, it's a reminder that true power comes from seeing the world clearly, without illusions. Number 9. They are masters of emotional control. While many people are reactive, allowing emotions to dictate their behavior, Sigma males possess an exceptional ability to regulate their emotions. They don't suppress feelings, but they maintain control over how they respond, especially in high-pressure situations. This emotional discipline isn't about being cold or detached. It's about maintaining clarity and composure regardless of external chaos. Consider how people typically respond to stress outbursts of anger. Visible frustration or anxious overreactions are common. But a Sigma male remains calm, even when provoked. His steady demeanor can be both reassuring and unnerving. It's not that he's unaffected. It's that he refuses to give others the power to disrupt his inner equilibrium. This emotional resilience makes others uncomfortable because it's a stark contrast to the emotional volatility they're used to. For instance, in a heated argument, most expect a rise in tension, voices raised, emotions flaring. But a Sigma male's calm response throws people off balance. Without the expected emotional feedback, manipulators lose their leverage, and conflict-driven individuals find themselves frustrated, unable to elicit the reaction they crave. What's even more intimidating is how this control projects silent authority. In a room full of loud voices, the quiet, composed person often holds the most power. His ability to remain unshaken becomes a psychological advantage, making others question their own emotional stability in his presence. If you found this video insightful or relatable, why not join our growing community? Subscribe to the channel for more content exploring the mindsets, traits, and behaviors of Sigma males. Your engagement helps us dive deeper into these unique perspectives. Be sure to like this video if it resonated with you, share it with someone who might appreciate it, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Remember, as a Sigma male or someone inspired by their path, staying true to yourself is the ultimate strength. Keep evolving, stay strong, and we'll see you in the next video.